R.I.P. to the girl you.
Rita Ora, how are you?
Hi, I'm okay. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Congratulations on your recent #1.
Thank you for the #1 and thank you for everyone that supported it.
Cool. You know, to us, we've kind of known about you and known about your journey, but to those who don't know about Rita Ora, tell us a little bit about how you got to this point.
Well, growing up, I always loved music. I always listened to music. I think everyone does, but it kind of touched me in a lot of different ways. But then when I found out that I could actually do it as a job, it just made me really driven, and I kind of wanted to make a statement. You know, I wanted to make a musical kind of statement. Don't know how I was gonna do it. I don't know when or I don't know where. I just knew that one day, like, if I wrote and I write and I wanted to do what I wanted to do, like, someone will hear it. So it started off there, and then, you know, I just happened to have been connected to like one of the biggest labels now that are out to date. So it's really exciting to be a part of such a big movement. But yeah.
Cool. And you're being quite humble when you say biggest labels, like it's Jay-Z. Like, how did the Jay-Z affiliation come about?
The Jay-Z affiliation basically came about because he has a great team and a very tight team, and they heard about me through an A&R from the UK who gave him a call and said, you know, you guys should check out this girl, Rita. You know, she's unsigned right now and I think you guys would really love her, you'd connect with her. And they asked me to send over some demos. I did, and they called me up and they just said, have you ever been to America? And I was like, no, but I want to go. And then they called me over and I flew out there the next day. And that's when I met Jay Brown and Ty. And as soon as I met them, it was the Roc Nation Christmas party. I shook Jay's hand. I went to Rock the Mic Studios in Manhattan, and that's when we played each other music, and I think that's when the first like musical spark kind of happened. That's when I was like, this is the family I need to be with.
And the rest, as they say, is history.
And the rest, they say, is history.
There's been like a really big buzz about you both here and in the States. Why do you think that's been?
Do you know what? I just think that if your music is approachable by a lot of different people, I feel like regardless, you can't help where it spreads to. So I think that I'm very fortunate that the States have accepted me as much as the UK, because it was always like my dream to kind of go to the States and be recognized for my music, and also being signed to an American label makes it really like, it's almost like a privilege, you know what I mean, to be not from the US but be taken in by a US label and still be accepted by the UK, you know what I mean? So it's more of like a music domination kind of thing.
You dropped your R.I.P. and How We Do in the States.
Yeah.
You know, both sound quite different. Was that a conscious decision?
You know what? My album doesn't really sound like a theme. When you guys get to hear it, it's literally How We Do is the only, Party and BS is the only song on the album that sounds like that. It's the only kind of summer pop jam that's really that kind of poppy and summery. And then R.I.P. is more kind of the grit of the video is, the grit of the song is where my album is more towards. It's more pop with a grit than Party and BS summertime bounce. So it's kind of got a mixture though, but don't get me twisted, because I love that music. You know, I'm a huge kind of Katy Perry fan, a Dr. Luke fan. You know, I kind of really respect what they've almost created. It's like they're bringing summer to any weather. But then I love, you know, my gritty music, like my Bruce Springsteen, my Jimi Hendrix, like the huskiness of like their tones, and like, it's just a variety of music, and I love music, so that's what my album is.
Who have you been working with on the album? Like, what kind of producers, what writers, who have you been hooking up with to cook this up?
I've been really lucky. For my first album, I've been very lucky to meet the people I've met and have the chance to work with people that you've got to kind of have a few albums in to work with. It's just like a huge opportunity, and when I signed to them, we went to work straight away 2 years ago. Like, I was trying to find my sound, I was trying to like find what I wanted to be. I wanted to sound like this girl from West London, from Kosovo. Like it's not an obvious circumstance for a girl like me to get this type of opportunity. So it was really important for me to be honest in my music. So when I met, for example, The Dream, it had to be an honest connection, and when I first met him, we connected really well, and he's such a witty, smart songwriter that you could be in the studio with like a 10-time Grammy-winning producer and still come out with something that isn't your best, because you know it's not you. It's all about how you react with the person you work with. So The Dream was a big connection. That was great, and so was Chasing Status, and so was Stargate, and so was Will I Am. We did a track that I'm really looking forward to. And there's a surprise on there, actually, a few collaborations that I want to say so bad, because you guys would be like, oh my god, but I'm gonna wait for that. And having Tiny on there, working with Tiny is just like so great, because you know I'm from the UK and I've been listening to the UK music, and I really wanted him to be a part of it, and he just sounded perfect, and his flow just killed it on the beat. So I was just like,
cool. And in terms of release date, when can we expect the album?
in my eyes, the album should be out this year, and we're aiming for it to be this year. It's definitely gonna be this year. Hopefully after the summertime, going into New Year. That's what I'm aiming for. Yeah.
Okay, and we got a title yet?
The title of my album, right, is so weird because I change it every day.
Okay.
And I need to give an answer right now, because if not, it's gonna have to be self-titled. But I really want to give it a name, because there'll be another. It's like another opportunity to put a twist and personalize a baby, almost. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm trying to think really hard. I have a few options. I might need to give it to you guys, and you guys can do you can use your viewers to kind of help me out.
Yeah, cool.
But I have a few ideas, but I don't know. I don't know it yet.
So it's coming soon.
It's 100% coming soon.
From your Jay-Z backing
Yes.
to your look, you kind of found yourself endlessly compared to Rihanna.
Yes.
What's your take on these comparisons?
You know what? I take it as like such a compliment, because we're from the same team, you know, we're from the same family, so it's an obvious comparison, but it's a cool one. Like, she's so cool, and she's the best at what she does, and like, it's a compliment more than anything.
There's like a host of female acts out at the moment dominating the scene.
Yeah.
How does Rita Ora stand out from the pack?
Well, how Rita stands out from the pack, I think, is that I'm very honest with my music. I don't really hide behind my lyrics. I don't really sing something that I don't believe in, or that I don't want to, or that is not going to happen, or that I want to happen. So it's all things that I kind of really believe in, and there's no boundaries in my music. You know, if I want to do a reggae song, I'll do a reggae song tomorrow. I feel like I want to embrace music to its fullest potential, and you know, we want everyone to have fun with it and realize that you can like escape for 3 minutes. Yeah.
Cool. Who would you deem your biggest musical influences?
My biggest musical influences would have to be, I have a few, but I would have to say, like, I love Indie R.I.P. I think her ad-libs and her voice is really, really amazing. And I love Brandy and Monica, and I love No Doubt. Gwen Stefani is also a big influence on me. I think she's so cool. Beyonce, Destiny's Child, and then there's like, you know, the divas, the Aretha Franklins, and the amazing legends, the Tina Turner, and yeah.
Okay, you mentioned Beyonce, and
Yeah.
I know that you've got quite an interesting relationship with Beyonce, given your Roc affiliation. Tell us a little bit about that relationship, and if she's had any input just in terms of moulding you in preparation for this album.
Well, Roc as a whole is like a family. You know, they take their artists really seriously, and you know, they look after us really well, you know, as a label. So She's obviously part of the family, and she's very, 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 very humble and such an honest, beautiful human being that, you know, she's so nice to even give a comment on my album, you know. So I've grown to be very, very, like, you know, to be very fond of her, and it's one of those things that I don't want to really speak about that much, but you kind of can tell if something's real, and I don't really feel like I have to vocal it. I just feel like it's just a friendship that, you know, that has its own thing.
Okay. How have your family reacted to your success?
My family are over the moon. We're Kosovan, right? We have a lot of like traditions. We like to dance around. They're very proud of me. Very proud.
Cool. And now that you've got your feet wet, what would you say has been the most encouraging and discouraging things about the industry?
Okay, well, the most discouraging thing is when people or execs or someone tells you that your music is not good. I've had a few knockdowns. I'm not going to be specific, but they're great criticisms. They're criticisms that I couldn't live without, otherwise I wouldn't be who I am today. But obviously they hurt, you know, will hurt anyone. And the courage is learning patience and learning, you know, to be consistent and to be punctual and to keep people there, to keep people happy and keep yourself happy, which is the most important thing. So yeah.
Okay, cool. And we're rounding up now, so we're gonna play a quick game. I'm gonna give you a name and you tell me which you prefer.
Alright.
Cool. So X Factor or The Voice?
The Voice.
Why?
Because I think it's so cool, and I like the adrenaline run where they like put their hand on the button, and are they really gonna press it? I haven't seen the one in the UK, but if it's the one like in the States, The Voice, 100%.
Okay. Who has the better songs, Rihanna or Beyonce? Just personal preference.
I like both of them. They're like completely different.
Who's on your iPod that much more?
On my iPod, they both are. They both are. I can't give you an answer.
Okay. And Britney or Christina?
I love both, but Britney.
You're in the studio.
Yeah.
And your management calls you. You're wrapping up your album. You get a call, and you hear that Iggy Azalea, Rihanna, and Kerry Hilson are all calling to request to do a collaboration with you. Who do you pick and why?
It's Iggy, Kerry,
and
Rihanna. Tell you the truth, I heard about this Iggy girl recently, and I've become a really big fan, but I don't really know that much about her. I need to do a bit more research, but like she looks so good and like she sounds great. And so like, I would have to say Rihanna, just because like she's so bad.
Okay. And final question, tell us Rita Ora in 3 words.
Rita Ora is loud, colourful, and honest. Loud, colourful and honest. There you go.
Rita Ora, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
A lot of fans were quite keen for like an acapella of R.I.P. Is a small one if we could?
Yeah. R.I.P. to the girl you used to see. Her days are over. Oh baby, she's over.